Hello YouTube world, amazing gorgeous wife behind me. I am the Juan and Only from my channel, The-Juan-and-only. You can just call me Juan if you want. Today we are making Navajo tacos or native tacos or Indian tacos, whatever what kind of tacos you want to call them. What do they call them, honey?
I call them native tacos.
So she calls them native tacos. We're gonna go with that. But anywho, it's a very simple recipe. She's back there making the fry bread. And I'm gonna do all the rest of the stuff like the ground beef and the beans. You'll see that in a minute. It's gonna be a very quick, short, easy video, and that's what we're having for dinner tonight. Main ingredients on this is very simple. Cheese, you can use any kind of shredded cheese you want. We just prefer like the shredded Mexican cheese or sharp cheddar cheese, whatever you want to use. Lettuce, of course, tomato, onions, and green chili. And green chili. I bought the Hatch green chili. Now, normally we do not use this green chili for this. You buy it whole, you roast it, and you shred it up, do whatever you're gonna do with it. Right now is not the season for chili, so unfortunately we have to go with this one because we didn't get a chance to buy the chili in bulk and roast it for the winter and all that. Oh well. But while the wife is over there diligently doing the fry bread, I am going to start shredding all the veggies and everything, and then I'll show you the other two ingredients to this, and that'll be it. It's very simple. And that'll be pretty much what your pile of veggies will look like. You got your diced tomatoes, diced onions, shredded lettuce. I always save the onion for the wife because she likes a little bit of extra onion, and then just your cheese. Her technique is flawless. That looks so good. I personally always struggle with that, but she makes it look so easy. It's not even funny. Veggies are done. Fry bread is done. Next thing is we're going to cook the meats. I promise you, normally I do make my own frijoles. See, I even have the bag there. I did not have time. So honestly, the bushes, pinto beans, that's kind of the next best thing. They're not too bad at all. And plus I'm going to use them whole, so it shouldn't be too bad or much of a difference. But like I said, I do normally make my own beans. This step is pretty self-explanatory. You're just going to brown up the ground beef until it's cooked. And those of y'all that don't know how to do that, I don't know what to tell you. Just cook it until it's brown. That's it. Then I'll show you the seasonings here in a second, though. These are the seasonings I use for my ground beef stuff. So I'll use a Lowry salt, onion powder, garlic powder, and I don't use the whole package. I'll use a little bit of this taco seasoning, which, by the way, already has two of these two things, but I like a little bit of extra. It does have a little bit of chili powder, and I guess I could probably just do it all separate, but I just, for some reason, I like the flavor of that, and I'll add in the beans too with that. Now that the ground beef is pretty browned up, then I'll add in all my seasonings. The reason that I wait and I don't add it in right away is because I feel that once the ground beef starts to release the oils, I feel like it absorbs the seasonings a lot better than when you just add it in when the meat's still raw, I guess. Other than on a steak. A steak, of course, you're gonna do that too. But for the ground beef, like I said, I feel like it absorbs everything a little better when it's nice and, excuse the word, but moist or wet. But yeah, so I'm gonna add all these in, then I'm gonna give it a good stir, and then I'll add my beans in, and that'll be pretty much it. It's pretty simple. I think I'm gonna add another can of beans. That seems like a little bit. About half of this ish. Don't get my measurements for, like, take it with a grain of salt. However much flavor you want, you add whatever you want to it. I mean, everybody does it different. Living out here in native country, a lot of times they don't even season this at all. And that's okay too. I mean, not everybody likes heavily seasoned food. We do, so that's why we will add a little bit more to it. But this is going to be pretty much what it's going to look like. We're going to let that simmer for another few minutes, and then I'll put together a Navajo or native taco for you, and then that'll be it. Pretty simple, easy peasy.
What kind of drink you want?
This will be what your final meat and bean concoction looks like. Now, this is different than how some people do it. Some people do the ground beef by itself and then the beans separately. I like to mix it all in together since it's all going to the same spot anyways. And that's it on that. And then I'm going to show you how to put this together, and that'll be it. First things first, the ground beef with the beans. So you put as much as you want on there. We like to put a lot on ours. So yeah, oh yeah, we're going heavy on that. So it looks a little something like that. Next thing is the cheese. Some people choose to put the cheese on the bottom so it melts. You can put it on top afterwards so it doesn't. Whatever way you want to do it is all good, and as much cheese as you want. Next thing is the lettuce. So same thing. I mean, all this, of course, you can just put as much of it as you want on there. I don't need a serum meal. Tomatoes go on there next. Onions. And that concludes this video. It's just about the fry bread, making the Navajo tacos, which is pretty cool. And like I said, I mean, you can kind of mess with the recipe, do it whichever way you want, whichever way you think you're gonna like. You could probably even do a vegan version of this if you wanted to. Wouldn't recommend it, but you probably could. That'll conclude this video. And a little saying that I really enjoyed at the hospital with my dad, where they had all the stuff written and everything, was they made a nickname for him and they called it the "Have a Wonderful Day." Wonderful, like, you know, Juan and the wonderful. So I think I'm going to use that from now on. So you all have yourself a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like the videos, comment on the videos if you like this kind of thing. And if you don't know who I am, I'm stumbling through my words over here. If you don't know who I am Juan from The-Juan-and-only. Have a great day. Have a wonderful day. Thank you, guys.